everybody, Fiber Spider back again in my kitchen. I thought, you know what, it's been a hot minute since I've done a video here. I thought, let's do a video today, and we are going to be making one of my favorites because it's easy, it's quick, and it is comfort food incarnate, pigs in a blanket. Now, I'm sure that many of you, if not all of you, have either had them or made them yourself, but of course, everybody has their own personal rendition. This happens to be mine. It is scrumptious, they are decadent, and I absolutely love them, and you probably already have some of the ingredients already. Yeah, so without further ado, let's get started, shall we? Hello again. All right, so I have my ingredients all set to go. So we are going to be simplifying things. I did say that this recipe was simple. We are going to be using crescent rolls, and we're going to be using the whole tube. I also have some beef hot dogs. We're only going to be using 4 of these. Got an egg. That comes into play later. 2 slices of yellow American, and some everything bagel seasoning. This actually is Asiago cheese, everything bagel seasoning. There's actually a lot of them on the market. I did have one not that long ago. It was jalapeno everything bagel seasoning, and it was awesome. Subtle, but awesome. So first things first, we're going to preheat our oven to 375. And while that is heating up, we're going to get our pan ready. A little bit of parchment paper. Now, I have a trick that I love to use because, in case you hadn't noticed, it's like every time you want to put parchment paper down on your pan, it always does that. It always rolls. So here's a little trick for you. A little bit of ASMR for you. Just crumple it up. And then flatten it out, and it will stay put. All right, next up, we're gonna get our hot dogs ready. So like I said, we're only gonna be using 4 out of the package, and the other 4 I'm gonna freeze for later. Okay, I can get in there. Good. All right. There we go. Got baggies already ready. I always like to do them in pairs. I don't know why, but I do. And then I'm gonna get rid of this real quick. One moment. Okay. And quite simply, just going to cut these in half, approximately. And we're gonna use 1/2 of these per crescent roll once we get that underway. Okay, so these are ready to rock. I'm just going to pop them to the side over here and give my hands a quick wash. Pardon me. There we go. All right, next up, get our tray all set. Now, opening up the Jack-in-the-Box. This, to this day, it still freaks me out because you never know when it's going to go pop, you know. Let's steel our nerves for just a moment. Oh, not that bad, not that bad. Okie dokie. thank you. All right, get you out of the way. Okay, so let's unfurl this, shall we? It's like a Chinese puzzle box. Come on. There we go. Trying to misbehave on me. Alright, now I'm only gonna do half right now, and then we will deal with the other half. Sort of get ourselves situated. Okay, now, tearing along the lines, just sort of scooch these into position. Now, I tell you, I have these fairly often, especially if I am not in the mood to cook. Yes, I rather like these. And usually I have about half of them for a small meal, and then I have the next half the next day. And these heat up actually rather nicely. The leftovers I store in foil, and then the next day pop them on a plate, stick them in the microwave for about 2 minutes on high, and you are good to go. So these are ridiculously easy. Okay, come on, come on. Thank you. And we're almost set. Okay, now of course, all of these things are optional, but I feel that cheese makes all the difference. Now, my method is taking one of these slices and separating one slice into 4 pieces, and then just taking one of the pieces, putting it at the wide end of each crescent. I'll do the same thing with this one. Just at the wide edge. Now, yeah, some of the cheese will melt out, but it's not that bad. All right, and then last thing, the assembly. Start at the wide end, roll your way up toward the narrow point, and then fold over the excess. And there you are. That's all there is to it. It's that easy. And then going to do the final finishing touch, which really makes these shine, I think. And that is the egg wash and the everything bagel seasoning. Now, of course, you can make whatever alterations you want. This just happens to be something that I like to do. A couple more. Just look at how fast this came together and how little effort. And voila. All right, quick wash my hands once again. Okay, and now we can go on to the next step. All right, so my oven has finished preheating. However, we are not finished with these. So, got myself one egg. Just gonna give it a slight whisking. Nothing major. Okay. And then, with a little brush, just going to brush on some of the egg over the top. Don't have to go too crazy, but I like a nice coating on top there. Do this to each one. Now, of course, yes, I'm going to be using everything bagel seasoning. Sesame seeds are awesome, poppy seeds, maybe a little bit of cayenne pepper. You know, get creative. That's what I always say. You know, maybe some Italian seasoning. Another thing that I did think about is perhaps wrapping the hot dogs in bacon. That could be rather nice and decadent, although it could also be overkill. I don't know, you tell me. So these are almost good to go. And quite frankly, the egg wash really, really does make an aesthetic difference. Also, it helps because it acts as sort of like a bonding agent for your topping, which is always nice. All right, one more. Oh, my tummy's growling already. All right, we are good to go. Got my everything bagel seasoning. Actually, there is a sprinkle top. There we go. That's better. Just a little sprinkle, sprinkle. All right, and we are ready to rock. Now, like I said, I preheated my oven to 375. We're gonna pop these in for about 15 minutes. There we go. All right, and I will see you in just a bit. All right, so it's been about 15 minutes and my little guys are ready to go. Let's dive in, shall we? And here they are in all their glory. Oh, they look delightful. All right, so I am going to let these cool. Before they do, though, I'm going to shift them with some tongs because otherwise the cheese has a tendency of gluing them down to the parchment paper. So, in a little bit, we will do the taste test. I will see you shortly. All right, and now, of course, for my favorite part of all of these videos, the tasting. And these just look so scrumptious. I'm not going to tilt the plate because disaster will befall me, but I cannot wait to dive in. Now, because I'm using American cheese, I like to use ketchup with these. Of course, you can use whatever condiments you prefer. If I didn't use the cheese, then I would be inclined to use mustard. You know, or nice variant would be a mayo and sriracha. That would be lovely. But let's dive in. Little dip with ketchup. I love ketchup. Can't help it. Bon appetit. Absolutely delicious. Now, are these good for you? No, these are comfort food. You know, this is one of those cases, you know, with What they say, a moment on the lips, forever on the hips. Yes, well, sometimes comfort food has its place, and these have a place in my kitchen. How about you? Have you made these before? Have you had them before? Do you know of some sort of variant out there that I'm not aware of? Let me know in the comments section. Yeah, you know, what sort of different things? Maybe some pickled jalapenos, or I love spice. To me, spice is nice. So if you know of any really cool spicy variations to this, let me know. Um, and yeah, so that about wraps it up for today. I want to thank all of you for joining me, and I hope that you liked today's video. And if you did, give a little thumbs up button down below. You know that I appreciate your appreciation as always. And like I said in the comments section, let me know, as far as variations and things, what do you do that is differently with your particular variation? I'm always interested to hear. And I do have plans on doing more of these kitchen videos relatively soon, so stay tuned for more. And of course, also crocheting, knitting, audiobook narrations, games, etc. I like variety. It's the spice of life. Yeah, just like everything bagel seasoning. So, until next time, you know what to do, right? I want all of you to stay inspired, stay caffeinated, stay making fun, fabulous, and tasty things in the kitchen, and stay safe. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now, everybody, and have a great day.